Why does getting to the airport have to be such a dilemma? The driving, parking, finagling a ride. Well, if you take Uber, it doesn't. It's easy. Just install the Uber app. Enter your destination, confirm your location, and within minutes, a car will pick you up. Whether you're catching the red eye or taking off at the crack of dawn, you can request a ride 24/7. So avoid the hassle. Install the Uber app now and take your first ride today. Uber, the better way to get there.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
Go.
Fine.
We're back.
Everyone. We're back.
Sorry if I sound slightly frustrated. Not only did my computer explode 2 weeks ago, and that's hyperbolic, it just like blue screen of death on me like 10 times. In the middle, I literally was like putting the finishing touches on an episode and about to upload it. So like, so frustrating because like it spent all that time.
Yeah.
But now I have this new computer and it doesn't recognize our microphone. So I just spent like an hour trying to get it to recognize. So we are using the built-in audio. So if it sounds shitty, I don't know. At least we're back.
Yeah, we're back, everybody. What can we even say? This is a free podcast.
Ugh, and it sure sounds that way.
Well, so how are you other than that? How was your Christmas?
Well, loop around that because we haven't been like podcasting for a while. I quit my job.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I started another job. I'm a nanny again, which is fine. Like, it's not my end goal or anything, but it's better hours, it's better pay, and it's way easier.
You also seem so much less stressed, which is
because I had about like a half hour, 40-minute commute instead of an hour to an hour and a half commute.
Yeah.
Both ways. So, yeah, so this is nice. I feel better.
Good.
I do have to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, which is not great.
But you do get out so much earlier now, too.
And I do get nights and weekends.
Yeah, which you need.
So there's that.
Yeah, that's good.
My Christmas was great. It was good. It was great. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of family, which sometimes can be hard, but overall, it was great. And, like, I was, like, I'm an only child, and I come from, like, a pretty privileged background, so I am spoiled a lot, but, like, I got spoiled to the point where I was, like, uncomfortable this Christmas, where I was, like, I looked at Nick and he was like, it's fine. And I was like, I don't think it's fine. So that's like both nice, but also like, what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was really good. I had to go home a week before Christmas to see my family. And so I did the 1-2 punch, one right after the other. Dad's family, mom's extended family. Like boom, 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 all right in a row. Which was an experience.
Did Michael go with you?
Yes, he did. Thank God. I was like, I'm not doing this by myself. This is going to be fucking impossible. We also had to bring a bunch of shit back, so it was nice that he drove. Yeah, it was really nice. In that time, I also, like, finally made progress with my mom. Some of you may not know this. I've been arguing with my mom about my wedding guest list for fucking months.
Since you've gotten engaged.
Basically since I've gotten engaged, yeah. She wanted to add 70 additional people to our wedding guest list, and I've been fighting her about it for months. And finally, over Christmas, we were like, you know what? We give up. You win. You can invite these people. You're fucking paying for it. Whatever, I guess. And, like, we booked a smaller room, and so we called our wedding venue person, and she was like, honestly, a lot of these people probably won't come because of when you guys are getting married and where. And we were like, good point. That's a good point. And she was like, and if you need a bigger room, I'll just hook you up. And we were like, oh, okay, great. So
I love that Polish banquet hall.
Right, exactly. So, and, like, every day I'm like, we made the right choice to get married in this hall. So that's nice, at least. Michael said something to my mom that was like, well, this is like the only really big problem we have, so I hope that we won't run anything else. And my mom was like, yeah, I don't anticipate too many more issues. And Michael was like, Sherry, no. We just agreed to add 70 people to our guest list. There will be no more problems. So it was nice to like get on the other side of that fucking finally. So,
That's funny.
Yeah, and Christmas was good. I went to Michael's family for the first time, which they're hilarious, and I've like bonded with his aunt and uncle who are also married in, and we're all like, we choose to be here for some reason. So that was fun too. So yeah, Christmas was good. It was a lot more low key than I was expecting.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I'm like, I got a bunch of socks and clothes, which I desperately needed.
You always desperately need clothes.
I know, right? It's because I get stuff that's secondhand and then I wear it until I literally can't wear it anymore. And I'm like,
I would say before you bought a bunch of wrestling shirts, probably a third of your closet was just my old clothes.
Oh, easily a third. But that's, I think, a generous estimate, actually. Generous underestimate. Yeah. So yeah, that was good. I didn't get the same kind of spoiled this year, but it felt like because I had to stretch it out over so many days, it was like I was so aware of how much my family provides for me, and it was like, this is really nice. So I felt really good about it. I also met my grandpa's new wife for the first time, which was very weird. She wants everyone to call her grandma. And I'm like, nah.
I'm like, you're not my grandma.
No.
I'm an adult. Maybe if I was 6. I'm not 6.
Right, I'm 28 years old. You're not my grandma. Sorry, lady. Like, you seem fine, but I'm not going to call you...
Did you say that? You seem fine.
Yeah. I was just like, nice to meet you, I guess. Goodbye. So, whatever. Family.
Gross.
Yeah.
You could call me grandma.
Right? Like, no, I'm literally never going to do that. She also wanted, she and my grandpa almost got married on my dead grandma's birthday, and my mom had to take her dad aside and be like, no. Don't. This is a terrible idea.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah, it's so, old people are fucking weird. I get it that they're old and they're like, we found love and are probably banging for the first time in 30 years, but at the same time, no one really wants to think about that, so maybe just keep it to yourselves, guys.
Well, my grandmother gave me engagement rings.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
She was like, you can do whatever you want with these after I'm dead. And I was like, thanks, Grandma. And so then I just put them around a chain and wore them so that she would feel good. But also they're very simple. They're silver bands with one big diamond, and they're very beautiful. But then I kept making jokes to Nick. I was like, well, my great grandmother's given me an engagement ring, so I guess I'm set. And he was like, it's Christmas, just relax.
Yeah, seriously.
Whatever.
You did demand that he never propose to you on a national holiday.
I know, which has come to bite me in the ass. I would have been engaged 2 years ago.
Oh, jeez. Oh, also, we talked about this on the Lost episode, but my wedding ring also came. So I'm really excited about that.
The Ouroboros.
Yes. If you don't know what an Ouroboros is, you should look it up and know that I think it's a perfect symbol for a marriage.
I like your ring.
It's a handmade brass
Ouroboros?
Ouroboros. It's a snake eating its own tail, all right? That's what it is. And I think it's a hilarious marriage symbol, and Michael's not going to wear a ring. So I was like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I had a handmade ring from Turkey.
That they rush ordered to
They rush ordered to me. They were so nice about it, and I love it. So
they were like, this is weird.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what they were like. They were like, this weird bitch wants to use this as a wedding band? Okay, I guess.
That's so funny. What else did we talk about? Before we move on. What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I have my Dean Ambrose shirt in my bag. I wore it to the gym. I'm in a cuddldud shirt that I got for Christmas. Isn't this nice?
I don't understand what cuddleduds are. You keep talking about it.
They're fleece lined.
Let me see.
So this one is thin material, but it's
like a turtleneck.
Yeah, exactly. But it's very comfortable. I put it on this morning and I was like, this is so thin. How is this warm enough to stand outside in? And then I went outside without my coat and was like, oh, this is warm as fuck. So I highly recommend. We got cuddldud flannel sheets for Christmas.
Stop saying the word cuddledud.
That's what they're called.
But I just
Cuddl, no space, Duds.
I don't like the word cuddledud.
Well, that's what they're called.
Ooh, you know what I found out over Christmas break or whatever? Not Christmas break. We're not.
Our Christmas break.
Yes, our Not Your Demographic Christmas break. I went home and my mom is dating somebody who's very blue collar, he's a plumber, whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was watching Jeff Dunham's Christmas special.
Oh, God.
I've never seen Jeff Dunham anything. I know he's the guy with puppets.
Oh, no.
I was horrified watching it, and Nick was just sitting next to me laughing, and he was like, your face right now. And I was like, I cannot hide it. And my fucking mom's boyfriend was just sitting there laughing his ass off, and I was like, this is the most vile, like racist.
It's so racist.
Ignorant. And he was filmed in Milwaukee, and it was just like a room full of people that I was like, what happened? I was like, this is how we lost. All these dumb people laughing at like a skeleton that is a terrorist that blew himself up that's being controlled by this white dude. And all these fat white people are like, ha ha ha, this is hilarious. And I was like, I can't.
Oh, man. Oh, I forgot about this. I don't think I told you this. The other aunt that married in that I'm like buddies with in Mike's family now, Michael's family, for Thanksgiving, we had this like moment where everyone was like, who voted for Trump? Nobody? Okay, let's move on. We're not going to infight about this. Michael's aunt did not feel that way. She was like, oh, nobody voted for Trump, but no one wants to talk about it? Guess what? We're fucking talking about it. And like would not let it go. And was like, this is why Democrats lost. We need to get our shit together. I don't know why all of you didn't vote. I refuse to sit down and not say anything about it. And I was like, Christine is the best. And I was like, I'm new enough that I can't say these things, but I can emphatically agree with you about everything you're saying. Because you've been married into this family for 20 years. And I was like, you're my new favorite.
That's really funny.
It was great. So that was nice.
I just loudly made proclamations about Jeff Denham's Christmas special, and I was like, I feel like this is a baby step.
Right? It's hard.
Like, this is very racist. This is why it's racist. This is why it's not funny. It's really loud. Well, I'm wearing my OG Becky Lynch Last Kicker shirt and my WWE Women's Championship belt that I got for Christmas that I fell asleep in because I was so excited to have it.
Like a child.
Yeah, I put it on and wore it around the house and I fell asleep wearing it.
It's so adorable.
I love it. It's so beautiful. I love it. To figure out how to mount it on my wall, because all the mounts want you to do it like vertical, and like fuck that, I want it horizontal, but I'm not putting it in a glass case. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a design genius, so.
It's true.
My house is beautiful AF.
I feel like you could get a shelf. And...
No, what I'm gonna do is they have the thing that you do horizontal or vertically. It's like something that you nail into the wall, and it's got the snaps in it. So I'm gonna do that, but then I'm just gonna measure it properly and then put 2 nails in the holes.
Oh, okay.
So that, or like tacks.
Yeah.
So that it's like hung up.
That's cool.
You know,
idea.
Design genius.
Obviously.
Abs. What is news?
I don't even remember what we talked about.
A couple weeks ago, we talked about Heidi and Kimber and Chris Hero being signed.
Mm-hmm. Chris Hero's not confirmed. We don't actually know for sure. He definitely has indie dates through the end of the year.
But we know that he got like a physical.
Yeah, so.
And then
seems likely.
Kate Chet had an article today that was like, Kenny Omega says WWE is signing talent just to sign talent, creating a monopoly. And everyone was like, duh.
Yeah, right? Kenny Omega, not lying.
I mean, like, good for you for saying it, but duh.
Yeah, exactly. And people got pissed at him about it, too. Like, they're literally signing people to contracts in the UK to not wrestle. Like, that's...
We'll put you on this show that no one's gonna watch.
That doesn't have television time. Like, it's so bizarre. And, like, this idea that, like, they're doing this UK tournament now, which means that they're gonna, show all these people. They don't show all the wrestlers they have already under contract. Like, it's literally impossible for them to use all of these people.
Yeah, everyone acted like the UK championship belt was, like, such a good thing. And I was like, eh.
I like that they have...
I like the idea of a tournament. I don't like the idea of a show or a belt. I
think it's really weird, and especially because Regal clarified that they're not writing those people into exclusive contracts, so they can, like, still work in, Progress and Revolution, but, like, I don't know how Revolution and Progress's contracts work if they will allow them to continue doing it. Like...
Yeah, who knows?
WWE wants to be a monopoly. That's, like, Vince McMahon's grand design. The best thing that will happen to wrestling is when he finally dies. Like, he built this wonderful empire.
We get 48 hours where Carrie Fisher dies and Debbie Reynolds dies. We literally just found that out.
Yeah.
But Vince McMahon is still alive and kicking.
Right.
The worst part about all the celebrities who have died this year is that they were, like, iconic in a way that was, like, that pushed, like, norms. Like, gender bending.
Yeah.
Like...
Bowie, Prince, and George Michael all died. Like, that's...
And Carrie Fisher did so much to talk about mental illness and eating disorders, and Debbie Reynolds was the best.
Yeah, seriously.
Halloween Town, that movie is great. I mean,
Yeah.
Singing in the Rain, obviously, but like Halloween Town is Debbie Reynolds' unsung masterpiece.
Oh, absolutely. She also did, she was, I wanted to say Annie Hall. That is not right. Annie Oakley. She was like, that was like a huge deal when she played that. She was not she was an ingenue who like would never have been cast in that role and was like, I'm fucking good, you're gonna give me this role. And they were like, yeah, you're right, you are. And she was baller at it. She pushed norms in a way for her time that was also
especially
extraordinary.
for somebody that looked so tiny and cookie cuttery.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very sad.
And she was best friends with Elizabeth Taylor until Elizabeth Taylor stole her husband.
Yeah, old Hollywood. Oh, also, if you don't listen to You Must Remember This, you should, because they talk about old Hollywood, and they have like she has a whole like section of episodes about Debbie Reynolds and
Eddie Fisher and Elizabeth Taylor.
yeah, and like all of that history. So I would recommend going and listening to those. And also, all of You Must Remember This. It's a fucking great podcast, and they're on hiatus through the beginning of the year, so you've got some time
To catch up.
binge it.
So that's it, right? News?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are other news, but like, who cares? You guys don't listen to this for news.
Yeah.
Do you? Because if you do, like, I don't know what you're up to.
Yeah, I mean, we'll give you
Get
a
your shit
smattering, but
So the way that this episode's going to work is because we've missed
not.
like 3 weeks.
yeah, it's been like 3 weeks.
We're going to talk about Raw and SmackDown because they were in Chicago. And we're obviously, going to talk about tonal nonstop deletion.
Obviously.
And then I think we're just going to talk about like our favorite like Magic's moments of the year. And then,
what we're looking forward to.
yeah, you know, just like a little wrap up.
Yeah.
Also because I spent an hour trying to get a microphone to work and I have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right,
LOL,
exactly.
my life is great.
LOL.
Not complaining. Positive. I'm positive.
Okay. Before we start talking about wrestling promotions, let's talk about Total Divas and get that out of the way.
Yeah.
How is Total Divas going?
I
I'm
mean,
like 2 episodes behind, so
It's great, except for the fact that this past week the Bellas took IQ tests and then they
yeah,
read their
weird.
scores out loud, and I was like, I felt weird about that, but shocked that Brie was the dumber Bella.
I was not surprised by that, honestly. I feel like John Cena pushes Nikki to be smarter, even though he makes fun of her. And
I mean,
Daniel Bryan doesn't.
There were definite moments where like Nikki Bella was like, I knew that because of John Cena.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, that is
And then
an
she was like,
intelligent
I'm
thing.
going to show him my test. I mean, they didn't
113 is not a bad score.
Yeah, they didn't score like, they both scored average.
Yeah.
So they didn't score like dismal. They didn't get like
Nikki
a 55.
Bella was only 2 points off from being above average. 115 is above average score. So, like, that's a pretty good score, actually. Brie got, like, an actually average score.
Yeah,
Nikki
what you
was-
got, like 99?
Yeah, something like that.
Brie.
Oh, Brie.
Oh, Brie. The love of my life.
We didn't ask you to be smart. That's okay.
Honestly, we don't really ask anything of you.
That's true. Be yourselves, girls. Live your lives. Did you see that tweet that Nikki made about, somebody called her out about, like, you said on SmackDown that you didn't get where you are because of your looks, blah, 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 you have fake boobs, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, fuck yeah, I have fake boobs. I spent $6,500 and it was the best $6,500 I ever spent in my
Also,
life.
it was-
Kissy face.
And
I
she was
like,
like,
"Ah!"
also, it's my money, and also, it's my body.
Yeah, and like,
Also, I was famous before I got these tits.
yeah, exactly. And also, $6,500 for that boob job is a steal. Like, that is
Or
a,
dat boob job.
like,
Yeah.
she has a great boob job.
Yeah, and like a durable.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get specialty implants when you're a wrestler because you might be like China and they might pop, which is
Or
horrible.
Nicki Minaj when your butt exploded.
Yeah, like you don't want that. You don't want to do that, and like you have to get them placed in a special way too if you're an athlete. Like, because that happened. Like Misha Tate got a boob job when she was right before she won the belt or right after it. And like I remember her first match where I was like, oh my god, Misha Tate's gonna get kicked in the chest and her boobs are gonna explode. This is gonna be horrible, but also amazing. It didn't happen, but I really wanted it to, but also didn't. So I'm glad that wrestlers have like figured out how to do this.
That's really funny. Also, next week, Paige yells at Eva a bunch, which I'm pretty excited about.
She calls her a piece of shit, I believe.
Yeah, she says, Eva, always the same, just a piece of shit. It makes me really miss Paige.
I know. I miss Paige. Oh.
There was some good biggie on Total Divas.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Didn't Natty pay people to...
Yeah, Natty paid people to take a cooking class from her sister, but her sister like actually did a good job at the cooking class. Like she
that's
could
good.
actually do that, but Natty's like an insane person.
Yeah.
And then some like dumb. I mean, I know it was like the most plotted storyline,
Yeah.
but like the dumb that they got to say do we get paid every time was like the most busted. Like, I was like, you guys are awful. The E! channel is awful.
Yeah. They know how to sell reality. That's their thing. They're
Miz
good
and
at it.
Maurice continue to have an excellent relationship, even though Maurice is like, you know, Maurice.
Bananas.
Trinity looks badass in Marine 5, and like, I really hope she's good in it, because she's working really hard. Her like trailer had like a bunch of post-its all over, and Maurice was like, what are these? And Naomi was like, these are my post-its. I'm practicing. And I was like, she's taking it serious. I want her to be really good.
Good for her.
I want everything for her.
She's a great dancer and a good singer, so you know that she's good at remembering how to do choreographed stuff, too.
Yeah, I mean,
good.
there's like fight scenes and stuff, and
Yeah.
I mean, The Miz is a terrible actor. I love him, but like, he's a terrible actor.
Oh, I learned something really good, really exciting. One of the reasons that WWE has this film studio is because the people who act in these movies are eligible for SAG cards, and then they get insurance.
Oh,
Which, like,
nice little workaround.
It makes a lot of sense, and it's also like, oh, no wonder every wrestler that can get an opportunity to be in a movie is in it, because you just have to do
I don't
one.
understand how they don't qualify for SAG cards. Like, SAG is,
It's
they have more screen time than literally anyone else.
Yeah, wrestling does not count for your SAG card, but
But
if you're in like literally anything else, I think the women on Total Divas also qualify for their SAG cards, because that's, I mean, it is a loosely scripted program, and like that's good. Like, I'm glad that they are at least finding workarounds to give people health insurance.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's
Or
very
they could
bizarre.
just pay for their health insurance.
Yeah, that would be really nice, but
Oh, Mick Foley is not getting hip surgery because he doesn't have insurance.
yeah.
Which some people have been real snotty about. Yeah, he probably has a decent amount of money. He also has a family. He also shouldn't have to pay $60K for a hip surgery out of pocket.
Right, exactly. And like, he posted something today that was like, I really appreciate people saying that they want to give me money. Please give your money to somebody else. Like,
Yeah,
I
he
don't want
didn't
you to
say that to get sympathy.
Right.
He was just like, no, I'm not getting hip surgery. I don't have health insurance.
Right,
It's fucked up.
exactly. Like, and I think that it was smart for him to be like, I probably shouldn't even be saying this, but like, people have been wishing me well and to have a good recovery, but I have nothing to recover from because I haven't had surgery. And like, he should talk about that. And I think part of what makes Mick so good, and part of why he was brought back to Raw, is because people like him a lot and like that he's candid and like that he's very honest about stuff that happens at WWE. And this is something people should know, that you don't get insurance through WWE, even though you fucking should. Like, especially Mick Foley. Like,
Yeah.
of all the people you should be like, we should probably pay for your shit, he's probably one of them. Like,
Yeah.
you basically exploited this man, breaking his body into many, many pieces over and over and over. Like, maybe just pay for his fucking surgery.
Yeah, you
Vince.
still get, like, you have that whole commercial package about him. Like,
Yeah.
you still get money from his, like, broken body.
Yeah, seriously.
So ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
But also, just, like, don't be salty.
Yeah, exactly.
People got lots of opinions. Like, and I get it. We're very opinionated, obviously. But,
Clearly.
like, our opinions are superior. Just kidding. Just kidding. Kidding, not kidding. Whatever.
Whatever.
So, you went to Raw and SmackDown.
Yes.
I just went to SmackDown.
Correct.
How was your Raw experience?
It was
And then let's talk about what happened on Raw.
Okay. I had a really good time, actually. It's Chicago, and Chicago is
Shitty crowd.
is a shit crowd, but I kind of love them sometimes. Like, there are things about the shitty crowd that I like a lot, but like, it basically, anytime we're CM Punk come out of anybody's mouth, I'm like, I hope this building burns to the ground, even with me inside of it, because fuck these people. But Stephanie's response on that fucking...
You know, the moment he lost, she was like, I got it.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
wait till we're in Chicago.
Right, exactly. She was so prepared. She didn't stumble over it. It was just so good.
I mean, it was very Stephanie.
Yeah,
And she's
absolutely.
the only one that could get away with doing that,
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
perfect.
Absolutely. It was so good. I was so happy about it.
It was so good, but then there was, like, so much talking after that.
Yeah, that's true. There's always a lot of talking after that. And, like, the Raw show itself was whatever. Like, it was just a typical Raw, as has been going on lately. But, like, I like going to those live shows. Like, it's just a fun experience. And it was also, my friend Sarah and her husband took me as a Christmas present. So it was also, like...
That was fun.
I also didn't pay for my ticket and was like,
Right.
oh, I got to have this, like, experience and go with my friends. Like, it was fun.
I'm, like, not a fan of what they're doing with Seth.
I hate it.
I hate Shield 2.0. I like that Stephanie was like, well, maybe we could get Dean Ambrose out here. Oh, you guys like that? Shut up.
Yeah, everyone in the entire building was like, fuck yeah, Shield reunion. It was just me and Sarah's husband Ben going, fuck this. No, 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 no. Because I hate the Shield and I never want to see them together again. Unless Roman turns on them, in which case, put the Shield back together.
I don't... If the Shield is gonna get back together, then they have to get back together all the way. I hate the, like, pussyfooting around
I know. I fucking hate this. Like, guaranteed 100%.
Like, I have, like, no opinion about the Shield, really. Like, if they... But, like, I can't... It's one or the other. I can't do, like, maybe. Will they, won't they?
Yeah. And, like, I know we're gonna get a spot at the Royal Rumble because all 3 of them will be there. And, like, of course that's gonna happen. And everyone will cheer. And I will be disappointed. I just, like, don't care about the Shield at all.
Yeah.
And I, like, understand why everyone loves them. But let's move on. Like, seriously, let's move on.
I don't know. I had another sex dream with Roman Reigns in it, so I'm, like, coming around on him. Honestly, the more dreams I have with him in it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. It was like a Vampire Diaries wrestling mashup. It was... I obviously watched too much TV.
That's okay. That's fine.
He was really hot, though.
Well, at least he's good looking. It wasn't Sheamus.
Sheamus
Again.
is not bad looking.
Oh, I highly disagree.
I would rather sleep with Sheamus than Rusev.
I wouldn't. I would much rather sleep with Rusev.
Rusev is hilarious on Total Divas.
Yeah, he is.
He just talks about his body. Anytime Lana says something that he doesn't like, he's like, but my thighs. She's like, we're not talking about your thighs. And he's like, but they're great, right? So weird. He's so weird.
Wonderful. What a wonderful Bulgarian teddy bear.
I have never really been over for these people, but I was like happy because like, oh, it's nice to see people come up from NXT and succeed. But like, I am so done with Enzo and Cass.
Really? I thought that this segment on Raw was better because it wasn't misogynistic horse shit, which was nice. But it also, like, the weirdest thing for me is that they so clearly
you don't think what was his like sleeping with bimbos line?
Oh, I don't know. I was also in the crowd, so there's like a bunch of stuff that I couldn't hear.
I don't know. Even when it's like not like he's just like gross. He's just like gross and icky, and then Cass is like, I'm big.
Well, I feel like the biggest problem with them is that they were heels, and they're only baby faces because people cheer them, and literally nothing about their characters have changed since they were heels. So like, it's the same problem I have with Roman, where it's like, but you're not a baby face.
Yeah, but you're like not a good guy.
Yeah, and you're like booked as though we're supposed to feel like we want to root for you, but all I want to do is punch you in the face.
Yeah, I feel like I could handle Seth, because Seth's not a great babyface in my opinion, but I feel like I could handle him as a babyface if Roman was just a heel.
Yeah, it's this ridiculous, just pin everyone to Roman, get Roman over, do anything to get Roman over at the literal expense of anyone else. It's very frustrating. Same old complaints.
Same old complaints. I just like I think I've just accepted Roman Reigns as like, this is what Roman Reigns is, so I like don't, honestly, like it, the most emotionally invested I get in Roman Reigns either way is like when I'm asleep.
Yeah.
While I'm watching it, I'm just like, great. I don't get angry. I don't get sad. I don't get happy. I'm just like, that's Roman Reigns. Cool.
Yeah. Like, I will say, I've said many times, I'm glad that he's a better wrestler now, and it's not like literally everything about him bothers me. It's just the way that he's written. Like, they could do nothing different with him as a character and just have people talk about him differently, and I would be perfectly happy. I would actually love that. Yeah. But it's this idea that this asshole who is clearly the one who is the antagonist and the dick and is always the one who's the dick, like, why are we supposed to cheer for you? There's no reason.
But you don't like, how do you feel about Enzo and Cass?
I like them a lot, but I prefer them.
Like, my stomach flips when I see them.
Oh, see, I like them a lot because I like them as wrestlers. I liked them a lot.
Why? They don't do anything.
I think Enzo's very good at getting his ass kicked. And they're a good team. And the problem is that right now they want Cass to be the one with the push. And so they're like doing this weird singles thing with both of them, but as a unit. If they were just a tag team, I would be so much happier. Put Enzo and Cass against the club for the titles. I will be happy with that. I think that that's great. It's the storylines that are being written for them, again, just feel so inappropriate for their characters. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I think we talked about, I don't remember if this was when the Lost episode or before them, but like that scene where like Ric Flair where like Ric Flair basically handed him the like sleazeball torch. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. And then, again, Ric Flair is a bad guy. So why is he passing this torch to Enzo, who is supposed to be a face? Like, it bothers me so much. And it's clear that it's like, oh, this is how Vince feels about women. And so he doesn't think this stuff means that you're a bad guy. And I think that's the root of my problem with that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kevin and Jericho are doing everything.
I love it. I know people are annoyed with it, but I don't give a fuck. I love it.
Why are people annoyed with it? What else are they going to do with them?
I agree. I think that the biggest criticism that I've heard that I agree with is that it makes the Universal title feel unimportant. Because it's not about the belt at all. He just happens to have a belt that Roman's obviously going to take from him at some point. And so it's like, I love them as best friends, but I feel like their feud is going to go beyond the title, and I'm kind of waiting for that to happen. Or their friendship will turn into a feud past the title. And it's like, that will come eventually, but it just... I feel the same way about the United States belt right now. It doesn't feel important in any way. It's just hardware that Roman, like, drags around. Literally drags around.
Why does he have that belt? He's not doing anything with it.
Literally nothing.
Give it back to Rusev.
It's so stupid, too, because it was like, oh, they put the United States belt on, and now we don't have to worry about him in the Universal title.
Psych.
That's all he's been doing. He hasn't been doing anything with the United States belt. Like,
so
what
stupid.
The fuck?
I do like that Jericho keeps calling himself a sexy pinata, though.
I cannot wait to see him in that shark cage, honestly.
Him in it for a minute was hilarious.
Hilarious. Put him up there for 30 minutes and let him scream at everybody. I'm so excited for that.
Honestly, at this point, like, the amount of wrestling I watch, like, not including the women's wrestling, which is, like, my bias, and I get that. I am happy with, like, more, like, good entertainment. Like, yeah. I obviously want to see good wrestling, but, like, I'm less worried about, like, the Universal belt doesn't seem important, and more like, this is entertaining, and I watch so much of this, so I just want to be fucking entertained.
Yeah.
Like, I obviously have different feelings about the women's segments and the women's belts, because, like, I feel like the way that they're dealt with is, like, more delicate in that, like, they have a lot to, like, work against. So, like...
They've also been shit on historically.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying delicate because they're women. I'm saying, like, it's a delicate situation.
Right, like, they have to book that well.
Right, so, like, I'm more invested in that. Like, oh, I want this to be a good storyline. I want this to be blah, blah, blah. But, like, with the men, like, I'm just kind of like, I just want to be entertained. I watch so much of this. Just fucking entertain me. And if it's Jericho calling himself a sexy pinata and, you know, Kevin Owens, like, keep calling it that their championship, I'm fine with it.
I love that, actually. I love that he calls it their championship. I think it's hilarious.
So, like, that's, like, my, like, bias, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard because I feel like I'm so into indie wrestling and smaller promotions that's where I go from, like, great wrestling now, that I care more about the storylines in WWE than I used to, and so it makes me feel very disappointed that some of it just gets thrown away, but at the same time, I still do feel entertained most of the time.
Yeah.
Much more with SmackDown. I would say, like, every week on SmackDown I feel entertained.
I mean, we'll get to this, though. When I watch it on the TV, I love SmackDown. I was, like, kind of bored last night.
I felt that way during Raw, too. It's so weird. I had this thought last night, especially.
I went to SmackDown Live. I did not go to Raw.
Right. That it's... As much as I dislike the commentary a lot, it feels essential to WWE.
It does.
Which is so bizarre, because I tune it out a lot.
If there's things like... There would be moments where I'd be like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Particularly in 205 Live, I was like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, and it's
Which, like, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. And it, like... I like the WWE pay-per-views because part of the thing when you're there for a live show for Raw or SmackDown is it's so obvious sometimes that they're on commercial, and it's like, you're like, why am I bored? I don't understand what's... Oh, they're clearly on a commercial right now. And like, when you don't have that, like, loop in front of you, it's so much harder to keep track of things. And, like, those shows are long, and they feel very long when you don't have the breakups of the commercials and the commentary.
Yeah, and I mean, you're also just trained to watch WWE a specific way.
Yeah,
so it's hard to not watch it in a different way.
Right, I completely agree.
It would probably be different if we were seated, like, much closer. Or like...
Well, I was pretty close for Raw, and I still felt that way, where it was like, Well, although their setup is different. I noticed that the difference between a difference between Raw and SmackDown's stage setup now is that Raw has the ramp and has that like pit, and SmackDown is just a flat surface.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that they're doing little things to make them obviously different shows.
Yeah, that's fair. What else with Raw? So we didn't talk about Roadblock. Well, we did, but we didn't.
Sorry.
So I very much enjoyed the match that Charlotte and Sasha had, the Iron Man match. It started very slow. It had a weird middle, but I thought the end was great. I am conflicted about Charlotte winning the belt, but like, I obviously wanted Sasha to continue it, but like, we knew that she was going to keep it with the fucking... Yeah. They want to keep the record. And if they're and they seem to be moving on to a different storyline. Two different storylines.
Yeah, which is good. I think that they should definitely do that. And Vince has clearly picked Charlotte as his champion. Like, she's the one that he wants to put the company behind. And okay. Like, there's nothing we can do about that. So.
Well, and she's not a bad choice.
No, I agree.
Like, obviously lots of people prefer Sasha, but she's not a bad choice to be the face of the company.
Right, exactly. And also, like, honestly, Sasha's not a great baby face. She's a much better heel. And
Charlotte is a mega heel.
She's a mega heel, and she gets better on the mic every week, and, like, her ring presence is so much better. She's, like, really learned to establish her character, and, like, Sasha just isn't a strong enough face, and, like, they need the opportunity to move her heel later. Like, have her do this program with Nia. It'll be good. I will enjoy it. And then once Bayley wins the belt at Mania, turn Sasha heel again. And, like, I will watch Bayley and Sasha fight till the end of time. So, I'm totally cool with that.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
So.
Side note, this is a Chicago thing, but Nia Jax murdering Scarlett was just, like...
I didn't even recognize her.
Best. Well, because she has the Eva Marie thing where, like, Eva Marie's like, I'm all red everything, and Scarlett's like, I'm Scarlett, look at my fucking red hair, and then she's like, psych, my hair's silver now because I work at a very trendy club in Chicago. Whatever. I dislike Scarlett a lot. We've seen her many times live. She is the prototypical, like, not a good wrestler, not a good talker, comes out and is just like the sexy valet that is fucking useless.
Yeah.
And I know that she trains and she could be a nice person and blah, 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 but every time I've seen her, she just falls into every fucking stereotype of, I got hired because I'm pretty, but I don't do anything well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's a ring announcer. She's not good at that. She's a valet. She's not good at that. She's a wrestler. She's not good at that. She's just really pretty. Yeah. And, like, I agree. She's very pretty. But, like...
Also, she looks creepily like Tommy Lauren with blonde hair.
Who's Tommy Lauren?
She's... I only know who she is because she did some interview with Trevor Noah. She's a crazy white supremacist. And they look identical.
Well, that's not fair to, like...
No. I don't mean that Scarlett is that way as a person, but, like, with blonde hair, they look so much alike. It's hard to...
You should tweet her that. Be like, girl...
I saw some people tweeting about it because I don't really know what Tommy Lauren looks like, but I saw a side by side of them and literally thought it was a picture of the same person. It was like, oh, girl, you need to dye your hair. Like, do not. No. WWE has enough problems with that.
I feel very hypocritical because I'm like, I feel like I'm judging this person because their looks, but like I've seen her live so many times, and every time it's been a colossal failure.
Yeah, I was talking about it earlier today. That's sort of how I feel about Taylor Hendricks, where like I just don't care for her, and I think that's part of having a wide variety of women's wrestling. Finally,
but I don't care for. I actually like Taylor Hendricks, but I don't care for. Or the things I don't like about Taylor, like I think she's a pretty good wrestler. I didn't like Taylor when she was just Jay Lethal's weird ballet.
Yeah, and that's how I mostly know her from. Yeah. Like, that was my main exposure to her, and, like, I was thinking about it earlier, too.
But watching her in the ring, for me, was, like, redemption, because it was, like... And then, honestly, watching her valet more and more and, like, get a character more. Yeah. Instead of just being, like, the hot valet.
I prefer her as a valet. Part of my problem with Taylor Hendricks is that I am so distracted by her ring gear, all I can look at is I'm afraid her tits are going to fall out. Like, constantly. And not to like girl, let me see your tits fall out. It's like, oh my God, your tits are going to fall out. And that's literally all I can
Just like there are some guys that you're like, I just see your dick.
Right, exactly. Like, Alberto Del Rio gets in the ring and I'm like, there's your penis. It's all I can look at. Sometimes Rich Swann is like that, where I'm like, oh my God, all I can see is your dick.
Well, I thought Taylor Hendricks had a lot of... I liked her as a valet when she started to get a character, like near the end of Jay Lethal's run. Like she started to come into her own character. It wasn't just like hot girl.
Right.
And then as a wrestler, she like has a pretty defined character. And every time I see her wrestle, it gets better. Every time I see Scarlett, nothing has changed.
That's true. She does not ever get better. That's probably not true. That's a hard statement to make. But like, I have never seen her get better.
I've personally seen her, and it's a significant amount.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Her costumes get more outlandish, which to me is like, okay, so
that's very Eva Marie.
You're not getting better at the mic, or you're not getting better in the ring, but now you're wearing a thong. Cool. And like, I'm somebody who gets naked on stage all the time. I'm not saying that, but like, it's weird to me that like, as your talent flatlines, your costume gets skimpier.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fucked up to me.
It's like I said, it's the Eva Marie thing where you build a gimmick around them, and part of that is the look.
The Eva Marie gimmick, at least right now, is clever.
Yeah.
Scarlett's is not clever.
That's
Anyways,
true.
I was very happy to see her get murdered.
Yes, true. I didn't hear the interview that she did where she was like, Nia's my hero, or whatever.
No, she was like, Sasha's my hero. And I was like, first of all, that's not true. Even though I know it's her character and they paid her to do that. She was like, I'm just here in my hometown of Chicago. And I was like, I can't wait to see you get murdered.
I didn't even see her ring interview happen. They did it like in the dark, basically.
It's weird. I hate that. Like, if you're gonna do that where we can all see it happen, let us hear it if we're in the crowd.
It's so hit or miss too, because sometimes those mics are turned on, sometimes they're not turned on. Like, we couldn't hear Alexa say that she thought the masked person at SmackDown was either Sasha or Nia yesterday, which is fucking hilarious. But like, that mic should have been turned on. We should have been able to hear that. Like, Chicago would have appreciated that, and like, that would have been a good moment for them, but their mics just weren't working properly. Like,
no, it's not that they weren't working.
I think in that moment, it was, I think that was. I thought it was just
like, this is a choice.
No, I don't think that
shitty
one
choice.
was. Yeah, I think a lot of them were shitty choices. I think Alexa's was supposed to be a live mic because they had her up on the Jumbotron and then like immediately took it down.
What about? So how do you feel about Charlotte versus Bayley right now?
Right now, it's fine. I mean, they're still getting into building it, and I think that
I think Dana should be the ref for everybody.
Oh my god, I like forgot about Dana.
I
so I'm
Dana.
so excited
I love
to see her.
Insane. You know what makes me laugh about Dana? You know that thing that Stone Cold used to do where he would stun somebody and then get over them and just shake his head in their face? That move specifically just reminds me of Dana as a person.
Yes, absolutely.
Just the like erratic head shake.
Yes, I completely agree.
And Stone Cold's my favorite wrestler, so like that's why I like Dana, I guess.
Yeah, and I also like too that in that match they were like, Dana's gonna be the special ref. Oh no! And then Bayley was like, fuck you, Bayley to belly immediately. Just get out of this ring.
Get out of here. So funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think I like it for now. I like that it's something different. We got a voiceover from Emelina.
Oh my god. Emelina is never gonna premiere. Ever. I do not trust she's ever coming out.
I want it to be like a joke gimmick now. So like next week she'll premiere, but it will just be like her arm through a curtain. And then like her leg. But just like one body part a week.
I'm fine with that. That's totally fine.
So stupid.
How do you feel about Sheamus and Cesaro as tag champs?
I like that we got to see Xavier Woods wrestle.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I love him as a wrestler.
I also like that he didn't take the pin for them to lose.
Yeah.
I think that was smart. Because, like, if he's the one to defend the belts and then they lose it that time, like, that blows. But if it's Kofi who takes the pin, it's a little more understandable.
Yeah, I get that. I just wish New Day had held it a little bit longer.
I mean, we knew this was going to happen.
I know, but it felt weird to be like, we won. Like, because then it just became so transparent. Like,
they Bellatroned us. That's exactly what they did.
They fucking Bellatroned us.
That's what they did.
Oh, was that the episode where I kept saying Bootytron? That
yes.
we lost? They Bootytroned us.
They Bootytroned us.
I'll never know what you guys heard and what you didn't hear.
I know, right? We're like, did we talk about this? I don't know.
Yeah, they Bootytroned us. I'm fine with it, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like it makes sense that their team will inevitably break up, and like it will be easier to take the belt off of them. Like they've already got this built-in.
I hate that they built new Raw belts.
It makes sense, honestly. Like every other belt is color coordinated now. Like it was sort of weird that they were the only ones who had like the original tag belts. And I get it.
The AJ's belt isn't new. It's the same one. It's not color coordinated. It's the same one.
Is it?
Yeah.
So his is the only one that's left. I wonder when they'll change that over.
And the U.S. and the Intercontinental.
Because they had a blue belt made for the World Heavyweight Championship that was originally supposed to be the design for the women's belt, and then for Raw, and then they were like, oh wait, color-coded, this can't be blue, and then they just scrapped it. So they have an extra belt that's blue that's shaped like the men's belt, but God knows if they'll use it or not.
But isn't the women's belt blue?
The women's SmackDown belt is blue. Before the Raw belt was premiered, they posted a photo of a blue belt that was supposed to be the women's design, and then they scrapped it. Who knows? WWE's the hotness. How did you feel about SmackDown?
Like I said, I don't like going to non-pay-per-view WWE live events.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll be going to a Raw or a SmackDown again.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of work to get out there. It's on a weeknight, and it's like it's like hard to watch.
Yeah.
But the pay-per-views feel very different.
Mm-hmm. So. And I would go to a live show. I just don't think I'll go to a Raw or SmackDown TV taping again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Though I mean, we'll get to it, but like I had more fun watching 205 Live than I did SmackDown.
205 Live was great.
It was really fun.
I had a really, really good time.
It was really, really fun. And Nick's boy was there because he loves Mustafa Ali, and we'll get to it. Anyways, SmackDown. The thing that I want to talk about that happened last week is Natty's fucking heel promo was
great.
Fire.
Mm-hmm. She's great. She's such a good heel.
And like, honestly, just the three of them, and like, not really Nikki, but I just loved Natty and Carmella's interaction. Like Carmella's responses to Natty, and like, I thought that was great. Mm-hmm. I really, really thought that was great.
Yeah, I agree.
I am not a fan of this Carmella Ellsworth thing unless it turns into Carmella just beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, like, is this gonna be an intergender match? I don't understand.
It's
like,
weird.
I'm done with Ellsworth, and I'm glad that they're sort of
and Carmella was doing
away.
Good stuff. So whatever.
I don't know.
Unhappy with the Carmella Ellsworth stuff.
Maybe they'll bring Naomi back and they'll start a storyline with her, because now it's going to be Natty, Nikki, and Becky, Alexa, mystery person. Who the fuck is that? I have no idea.
It's not Naomi.
It's not. It was a white girl. I noticed that her hands were white. So it's a white girl who's.
It's probably Mickie James.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be Mickie. Who the fuck else would it be?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Eva because
she's too short to be Eva.
Also, I was like, well, maybe it's Eva, and Erin goes, I don't know, she moves better than Eva. Just like running.
All she did was run out to the ring, and I was like, nope.
That's not Eva.
Definitely not Eva. The Work and Dave were sitting on the other side of me, and they said the same thing, and I was like, no, she runs too well to be Eva. And they laughed, and I was like, I'm not kidding.
I'm not joking.
That's
Eva
a real
is the
observation.
Clunkiest.
Yeah, she's no control of her body.
She's the fittest, clunkiest person.
Right. She's a great model because she can stand still impeccably.
Well, and she like clearly is like a great worker-outer.
Yeah, absolutely. Her fitness is great.
She just is like clunky.
Yeah.
She's just like a clunky lady.
I watched a video of Ronda Rousey shadowboxing. She's very bad at it. It's absolutely hilarious.
I don't understand what shadowboxing is.
Is it
that thing where you fake punch things?
Yes. Mm-hmm. But you're
How
basically
do you get
like working.
bad at it? Don't you just punch the air?
Her hips are completely disconnected from her shoulders. So her hips are turning in a way, and then her shoulders are trying to punch in another way. And it's like, girl, I see why you went to the Olympics for judo and for nothing else, because you have no coordination in your body. And it made me think of Eva, where it's like, oh, you're just dumb at this. Like, it's not that you are like a dumb idiot person. I mean, you might be, but you're like, not just that you're a dumb idiot. It's that you just don't have the muscle smarts.
I mean, some people
they're just not like that.
Some people can't dance or don't have rhythm.
Right.
Just because you can lift like a giant, just because you can clean and jerk a certain amount of weight doesn't mean that you can like keep a rhythm.
Right, exactly. Like, I have sketchy rhythm, but I can like weightlift very well, because it's like you train your body to do a certain thing, and like your muscle memory builds in, and if you don't have good muscle memory, you're bad at stuff. Like, and Eva's just bad at stuff.
You're bad at stuff.
I don't know. I hope it's Mickie James. I feel like it's gotta be.
Yeah, I think it has to be. It
Maybe
was weird when
Crazy
Nikki
Mary
was like, I'm this, I've worked really hard, and I love John Cena. I was like, why do I gotta bring up John Cena right now?
Well, they brought up, like, you used your man to get to the top. And she was like, I'm with the love of my life. Fuck you.
Yeah. It was so weird.
Yeah. I mean, they've always
phrasing.
been up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure.
I hate Dolph Ziggler. It was really funny because Dolph Ziggler would like come out, and then like the 6 people on our row would just be like, "Boo! Fuck you! Die!"
Like most of the arena.
I know, but I
was
just
booing.
meant like specifically like the 5 of or the 6 of us
6
that
of
were
us,
there.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there was this kid sitting on the opposite side of Nick who was probably like 15. He was with like a bunch of other kids. He was super nice.
Yeah.
I almost got into a fight on his behalf. Me and Michael.
You had the best line of the whole night though when you were like, what are you gonna do, dude? He'll kill you and I'll sue you.
Yeah, it's true. But this kid was like, why do you guys hate Dolph Ziggler? And I was like, because he's terrible, and he's so overrated, and he's misogynist. And it was like yelling at this kid, and Nick was like, you gotta calm down. And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. But it was fun sitting next to him, because he like clearly watched, but not like at the rate that I do. Mm-hmm. But him and Nick were like buddying, which is, he dropped something and then had a flashlight and was looking for it, and the guy behind us was like, kind of white trash. This is not a nice way to say it. And he was there with
He was a fat drunk. I'll just say that.
He was there with his daughter who was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And her, like, baby daddy, I guess. And this kid was, like, looking around with a flashlight. And that guy who had, like, several beers at this point. Because he was nicer earlier in the night. But then, like, as he had beers, he was getting shittier.
I told Michael, I think what happened, because he made a big to-do about, like, I had to go all the way downstairs to get cotton candy from a pregnant daughter. La, 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 la.
Oh, yeah. He kept, like, audibly being like, I'm a good dad.
I think what actually happened is that he went and slammed a beer while he was gone because he came back extremely more drunk than he was when he left. So I have a feeling that that's why that happened.
I'm just saying he was nice and then he got drunk and then wasn't nice.
Right, exactly.
But he was making a bunch of shitty comments like, oh, he better not be looking up my girl's skirt, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, I swear to God, in this tone, I just turned around and I said, oh, he dropped something. I think he's just looking for it.
Yeah.
And then I said it like that.
Yeah.
And then this guy was like, because he was talking about this kid who, I mean, this is maybe not relevant, but this is a big fat white guy and this is like a young black kid. And I was like,
exactly.
We're going to relax.
Yeah,
he dropped something and we're looking for it.
Right.
And then he was like, who the fuck are you? And I was like, I am just here to tell you that he's not looking up your daughter's skirt. He's just doing something because he dropped something. He was like, why did I fucking ask you, blah, blah. And then I like started to get like whatever. And then Michael was like, what's your problem, man?
Yeah. I wonder that guy was like, tell your wife to shut her fucking mouth.
But me and Michael were both like very calm, not raising our voices. And he was like, she's not my wife. You're being an ass.
Yeah.
And then he was like, nobody fucking talked to you. And then both of us like looked at each other and we were like, we're going to turn around. Mm-hmm. We're not going to get to this person anymore. And then he was like, oh, y'all are pussies. And then I felt Michael clench. And I was like, oh, calm down.
Oh, man. I heard him start yelling and like.
And then honestly, like Nick was like trying to help that kid find his thing. So he was like helping that kid find his thing. And he was like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, I heard that guy keep yelling at you guys like, you're going to need to shut your fucking mouth, pussies. And so I just started screaming as loud as I possibly could.
You were like, yeah, come on, AJ.
Michael was like, I think it would have been better if we'd all just stared at him. And I was like, no, that's what he wanted. He literally wanted us all to turn around and so he could fight all of us. Like,
but don't worry, he drove his pregnant daughter home while he was drunk.
Fucking idiot. Yeah, I heard him say something about blah, 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 your wife. I literally was like, get my name out your mouth. You don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
I know, I like took a deep breath and I was like, and then I had a moment where I was like, I don't know, you're like, you know, you tried to do a nice thing for your kid. You like, I'm just trying to like recognize like the situation. Yeah. But I did have a like shitty elitist moment where I was like, you touch me and I take everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is terrible, but I was like, what are you going to do? If you touch me, what are you going to do? And also, Michael is like crazy.
Yeah, Michael will fucking choke your ass out. And we were pretty far back. Like, we were only a couple rows from the back of the section. Like, Michael could have 100% just taken him over the back and been like, sorry, dude. We talked later about it, too.
He's like, I'm a jiu-jitsu guy.
Right, exactly. Like, he's
Judo? Jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu.
I was right the first time.
He's a 2-stripe purple belt. Like, he could have beat that dude's ass. Like, straight up beat that dude's ass.
We didn't.
No, exactly.
We took a breath and we turned around.
I think everyone handled it very well. My biggest concern through the whole thing is I was afraid that dude was going to try and come forward to you guys.
Yeah, I know.
And there were a bunch of kids in front of us.
Well, that was the thing. Like, both of us turned around and then, like, I mean, our body language was like, we're both
done with
very...
this.
No, but we were both like, we're both very alert and we both know what's going on behind us. Mm-hmm. But we're not engaging, but like, we're here.
Yeah. Luckily, he left for 205 Lives. We didn't have to deal with his dumb drunk ass.
Yeah.
It's funny that that's
also,
the biggest
his daughter
problem.
was cheering for Baron Corbin, so I was like, this bitch.
Trash.
I was like, honestly, I could have forgiven everything else.
At least it was a doll.
She was like, I don't want AJ to win because everyone likes him. And I was like,
Whatever.
get out of here.
Do your own
Though
thing.
she was like, I really like The Miz. And I was like, well.
Okay. Well, I won't fight with you, just your dumb dad.
It was so weird.
Whatever. I was a little surprised we didn't get any Dean Ambrose wrestling on the show, other than that.
Well, I didn't say for the dark match. How was it?
It was pretty good. It was short. We kind of expected it was going to be short.
Best decision we made leaving it during the dark match. We got out of that parking lot. Bam.
Yeah, it took us 30 minutes to get out.
It took us 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. We went the right way. Instead of trying to go all the way back out the main entrance, we went out the Target side and we're like, goodbye! Thank God!
Yeah.
Ugh. So 205 Live. Things are going well.
Oh, wait, we didn't talk about Becky and Alexa.
Oh, yeah!
Dum-dum.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that lady, and I was like, we don't need to talk about anything else.
That was my favorite match of the night, I think.
Yeah, and it was really good. It was another one of those.
I like that Becky did the arm break thing, and we were like, did she just pentagon?
Right?
And then we were like, oh, but in this world, it doesn't break an arm.
Yeah, it's just.
we all got confused. Our smarky brains were like, now what?
It did look super awesome, though. If that had been a Pentagon arm break, yeah.
Pentagon was probably like,
yeah, girl, you nailed it. You totally nailed it. Yeah, I thought they had a great match. I love their feud. I'm excited to see who this masked person is. If it turns into Mickie James versus Becky, I'm totally into that. It makes me wonder who's going to go up to the belt next. But, it could be anybody.
I mean, Naomi's open if that happens.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember which Uso hurt their ankle, because Naomi and one of the Usos hurt their ankle, and the Usos are back now. So it makes me think that Naomi's probably on that same path.
Yeah.
Which would be great. And, this is a great opportunity.
The Wyatts lost the belts.
Yeah, they did.
Fuck you, Bray Wyatt.
At least it wasn't Wyatt. He wasn't the one that lost the belt.
I know, but it's still...
Yeah, I know. And I do like the idea of them setting up Randy versus Luke, because I think it'll be great.
Yeah, but I wanted Randy
them to stay together.
A part of that faction for a long time.
Unless Luke leaves, Randy and Bray could stay together.
Yeah, but what's Luke gonna do on his own?
He was a great Intercontinental title holder, and he was alone when he did that. He's
When?
Don't you remember when he and Dolph had that title match 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great Intercontinental title holder, because he's unexpectedly fast, even though he's enormous.
I know, Nick was like, I can't wait to see Luke Harper kick way above his head.
Yeah! Who did he kick? He kicked Chad Gable so hard in the face, I literally thought he broke him in half. Holy crap, you just murdered this dude. Gable is insane. Some of the shit that he was doing in that elimination match, I was like, you're gonna die. You're gonna fucking die out here. Also Heath Slater is definitely injured. We thought so when he slipped on the rope.
Yeah.
Because we were just there, so we couldn't hear anything that was going on. But he, after he got off, he stopped at the top of the ramp, and the cameras were like, Scoop, not gonna look at you anymore. And Rhino had to, carry him out.
Yeah.
It was, unfortunate. He had to go to the doctor today and get an x-ray, and it's
Ugh.
I knew that they were looking for a reason to break up that team anyway, and so this is, kind of the perfect thing to happen for them, but it sucks for Heath.
It does. He's got kids.
Yeah, he's got kids. Maybe he'll come back and he and Rhino will have a feud.
Rhino will have moved on.
Yeah, or Rhino will be gone. I don't know. We'll see.
Nick was like, did he win? I was like, obviously he didn't win his race. If he won his congressional race, he would not be here.
He said he was going to do both, which is hilarious.
So stupid.
Whatever. Did you notice, too, that their floor graphics is a pool with rings floating in it?
No.
Yeah, the background is a trailer with a bunch of kids, and then the floor is a swimming pool with leaves and a bunch of tubes in it.
Pool.
I love it.
Missed opportunity.
I know. I love it.
2-man pool. 205 Live was great.
It was great.
I am kind of in love with Heel Neville. I love
it!
everything he's doing. Even the weird storyline of him being fuck you Americans. And and doing the nationalism thing, which is not my favorite way to build storylines. Because then you just get a bunch of people chanting USA, and I'm like, ugh, I roll. But, that promo that he gave on Monday night when he was like, you don't like my face? You don't like my voice? Fuck you!
Right? You went all over the world to look for the best cruiserweights. I was right here, and you did nothing with me? I was like, oh, yeah, you're totally right. We've all been saying this.
I love his ring gear. I love his attitude.
I do too.
I love his entrance. I love everything that he's
beard.
doing.
He looks so good with a beard.
And then his undercut.
Yep.
I love everything that he's doing.
Yep, he looks great. He's doing a great job. I'm excited to see him. I want him to be around more. Like, great.
I mean,
awesome.
I love Rich Swann, but I want Neville to have the belt.
Neville versus Austin Aries all day, every day. I'm
Neville
totally
versus
ready.
Austin Aries forever.
Yes, I'm so into that. I'm totally ready for it.
Double A. I love that the crowd chanted for Austin Aries. And then, because I watched it at home, he goes, "Oh, what's that? Chicago's got some love for Austin Aries? That's great. Let's focus on the match."
So good. He's gotten so good at commentary.
Austin
I
Aries
love
is
it.
the best.
I love it. I think it's great. I still love him wearing shades too. I know part of it is because his orbital bone's still fucked
No,
up.
but that's like very much his character.
Exactly. I think it fits very well, and it's also like, oh, you need this because your face is fucked up. Also, I heard that he's had light sensitivity because they had to fucking open his eye up basically to fix his face, and so it like also makes sense that he's like, I have to be in front of these bright lights. I'm gonna wear these fucking
I'm sad that they
aviators.
didn't do like any kind of entrance for him because I was like,
I don't think they want people to cheer for him yet because he's just on commentary, and so like once he comes up as a wrestler, it'll be like, yes.
I love him.
Yep.
I got Boyfriend and Bae in one night.
Yeah, you did. That's true. That's true.
Bae.
Oh, there's also been some rumors that
Renee slapped the shit out of Miz.
Yeah. I love that.
And I
think
love
it's
that. And I
great.
like that Dean Ambrose wasn't like, "You talking about my girl?" He just stood behind him and was like, "I literally would have beaten you up anyways, but like also." And Renee just like smiled.
He had a moment on Talking Smack too where they were talking about it, and he was like, I can't believe you'd come up to this There was one weird thing that he said, but overall it was fine. He was like, I can't believe you'd come up to this professional woman, this beautiful woman with those red lips. Which I was like, that's a really specific, as someone who gives very specific
But Dean
compliments.
Ambrose is weird, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
like in his character.
Exactly. He was like, you come up with this woman with these red lips? How dare you disrespect her? How dare you think that this is okay? And I was like, this is the right way to handle
Also,
this.
he probably was saying that to probably make her laugh.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, is that she was like, my boyfriend thinks I'm wonderful, but it, like, they...
But also, he was like, "You're being shitty to this person."
Right, exactly. She's a professional, and you're treating her like she's just some dumb lady. Like, I think that they have handled this so well, and I'm surprised by how well they've handled this particular storyline.
Honestly, the way that they've handled Miz and Maurice being like, you know, a valet. Like,
Yeah.
she's a perfect valet.
Yeah.
And then, like, the Dean Ambrose, Renee Young thing. I also like that we're now recognizing that, like, Dean and
Yes.
Dean and Renee have been together for a long time.
Sometimes.
They fucking live together.
Yeah, they've
like,
been together for like 2 or 3
Yeah, a couple years.
It's been a while, and like I'm glad that they're finally acknowledging it. At the same time, it's like, but okay, I'm glad this isn't like, it's one of my favorite Total Divas crossovers, where it's like, okay, we get to see them as a real couple. It makes Dean more likable on Total Divas, and also it makes Renee a bigger character, and she should be. She's been there for so
Absolutely.
long.
And
She's
she's
loyal
great.
as fuck, and she's great.
So what happened in 205 Live? What was the first match? It was
Mustafa Ali
No,
turning back
No,
to face.
Mustafa Ali was like the second match. It was
Oh,
the
okay.
first match. That was obviously people that we can't even
Are
remember.
you sure it wasn't Mustafa Ali?
Yeah, it was Cedric Alexander and Alicia
Oh
Fox.
yeah, you're right. It was
with Tony Nese and
Drew Gulak on the outside. Looking
then-
fine as hell in that suit.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
suit.
I don't know. He looked great.
I don't know. The whole Drew Gulak story of like, oh, women don't belong out here. I'm whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Keep him out of that storyline. I just want to see Noam Dar go, Alicia Fox.
Which is also weird because he's like,
I love it somehow.
I know, but
though.
like,
it's you know.
if you think about it, like on paper, if you read it, you would be like, this is gross.
Yeah.
But like,
It's because he is a cartoon villain. Like, he's so clearly the bad guy. He's so clearly, like, being disgusting and weird. And, like, it's the total opposite of Enzo, where, like, Enzo says these gross, awful, misogynistic, dehumanizing things, and he's the good guy, and you should cheer for him. Whereas Noam says less extreme misogynistic bullshit, and is so clearly the one you're supposed to boo. And is
also,
so
I think
good
it
at
helps
it.
that he's like 22 and he's like this
Exactly.
shitty young kid.
Exactly. He's like, I'm young, dumb, full of cum. I'm hot as hell. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And it's like, oh yeah, I do hate you.
Alicia Fox.
Cedric Alexander's girlfriend.
I love that she slapped him and he was like, please may I have another.
Oh my god, I loved it. There was a woman behind us who was like, what a kinky little weirdo. And
I said that.
It was you?
I screamed, what a kinky little weirdo.
Oh, we thought it was the woman behind
No.
us. That makes more
It was
sense.
me.
It made me laugh super hard.
But Cedric lost because Alicia got ejected because Drew Gulak pretended that she hit him which timed, her shoe fell off perfectly timed. So
Yeah.
she picked up her shoe. It looked like it fell off. She probably kicked it off, but
Yeah.
it definitely, he pretended that she beat him up, so she got kicked out, and then Cedric got confused.
Yeah.
And then it was the gentleman's duel.
No, I think it was Mustafa.
I mean, it doesn't matter the order.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say that's going to make... I don't want to talk about this because I was, like, really embarrassed. I confused Arya Davari and Jinder Mahal.
Yes, they both have very similar costumes.
They have similar costumes, they have similar music, and they have a similar character. And
Yeah.
in my head, because I was trying to explain to Nick this thing, and then I got, like, really embarrassed when they did the package, but then I thought, I was like... I watch this every single week.
Yeah.
I actually pay attention to this. I talk about it all the time. If I got confused,
Yeah.
how is somebody who just watches casually?
I know.
Because you honestly just took two people who are different people and different style wrestlers, and you gave them literally the exact same character,
Yeah.
and you didn't even put them on different shows. Like Arya Davari is on 205 Live, but like he's also on Raw with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Like I felt bad, and I still feel bad, but I also am like mad.
Yeah, I don't know what those headpieces are called.
I don't know.
But like the fact that you would put two people in those, that it's like you're just asking people to be confused. Like it would be different if they were different colors at least, but they're the same.
I know that they're like symbolic of the state and they're symbolic of
Yeah.
religion. Like I'm not, trying to shit on that, but it was just like it's very
confusing.
confusing. And
Yeah.
they're both introduced like from Toronto or from Milwaukee by way of Tehran. Like they're
Yeah.
introduced the same way. Like it's confusing.
Yeah, it honestly feels like they're
And
trying
I-
to figure out who people like better between the two of them.
It was just confusing.
Yeah.
And I felt shitty, but then I was like, I mean, I should feel shitty, but also like, I watch it all the time.
Yeah,
If I'm confused.
I know. And part of the thing with Arya Davari is that he doesn't have a full-time contract yet. So I think that's part of it where it's like, we don't really need to think of anything new. We'll just do this.
But what he's been doing with Jack Gallagher has
It's
been
been
good.
great. Yeah,
and
I
like
think they're
his
good.
moment where he like grabbed the lead pipe and
Yeah.
was like, duh.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he could clearly. I mean, I think Arya Davari is heads and tails better than Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I think Jinder Mahal is better on the mic, but only because he has experience in WWE specifically, and
But
like,
like,
he's learned that
I think
style.
Arya Davari has shown that he can be good.
Oh, yeah,
we
I-
just like need to let him do it. I don't know. I also don't need to argue who do we pick. Like,
Yeah.
we can have them both if we like treat them like different characters.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Their fucking entrance videos look the same.
Yeah, it's confusing. I completely agree. I will say, the transitioning from that, before we go back to the actual gentleman's duel, I like that they turned Mustafa Ali back, because now it's not all of their Middle Eastern characters are heels.
Well, and I like how they walked it back. They
Yes.
were like, I liked how he was like,
I was wrong.
I came out here being mad because all these people have like profiled me essentially, but then I come out here and I show you what I can do and people cheer for me and like I was the one profiling or whatever. But
Yeah.
like he should be a good guy, especially if the
Yes.
storyline is like, don't boo me just because I'm Pakistani. Like he should be a good guy. They stopped billing him from Pakistan and they started billing him from Chicago,
Smart.
which is great because
Yeah.
in the Cruiserweight Classic, to my recollection, he was billed from Chicago. But then when they originally started doing it on 205 Live, they said he was from Pakistan.
I think that they said he was Chicago by way of Pakistan,
Okay.
because they put, I'm
But
pretty
then
sure...
they just started saying Pakistan.
Yes.
And then last night they said Chicago.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because in the Cruiserweight Classic, they put everybody's nationality
Yeah,
flag
yeah,
up,
yeah, yeah.
so I think that that's what they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
with him. But yeah, I agree.
But
I
he
think
should be, especially if he's going to do that, like, I'm Pakistani, don't boo me just because I'm Pakistani. He should absolutely be a face.
Absolutely.
Also,
I
he's
totally
a
agree.
phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah, I
And
completely agree.
He's good looking. He's a great wrestler. He could easily be a face.
Yeah, absolutely. I
And
totally
honestly,
agree.
there's a lot of heels in 205 Live.
Yeah, they need faces desperately. Like, he's a good fit for
And he
that.
can rock a scarf like nobody's business.
Agreed. I totally agree with that.
I thought the Gentleman's Duel was really fun.
I
And like,
loved it.
I mean, like, shocker above shocker, how good Jack Gallagher is on the mic, and like good in general, but like how the universe is responding in such a positive way to him.
I love that he is a heel and acts like a heel, but is somehow the good guy in this.
I mean,
and
he
it's like, works.
Slapped him in the face with a glove.
Yeah, I did. I love
Hard.
that. I love that Aaron
Really
Burline.
hard.
I thought that was great.
I mean, I guess if you're going to do a Hamilton line, you got to back it up with an Aaron Burr line.
Right, exactly.
If I have my history correct, I'm more like Aaron Burr. Smack.
Yep, exactly. And he was correct. He did win that, so he would be more like Aaron Burr. Like, good for you, Jack Gallagher. I saw someone say today that if you asked an American to draw a British person, they would draw Jack Gallagher.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, 100%.
Nick at first goes, well, isn't he just one of those vaudevillains? And I was like, he's everything the vaudevillains wish they were.
Yeah, he's all the good things about
and
the vaudevillains.
also English.
Yeah, all the good things about the vaudevillains and none of the bad stuff.
I feel really bad for Aiden English. That like Simon
know.
Gotcha like kind of fucked him over.
Yeah, he really did, which blows.
Because I like Aiden English.
Yeah, I do too. And he like clearly wants to work very hard for like he is married to the Guerrero family. Like he kind of has to prove himself as his own wrestler outside.
Wait, he is?
Yeah, he's married to Eddie Guerrero and
Vicky.
Vicky's daughter, whose name I don't remember.
Vicky.
Yeah, I miss her.
She's the best.
She's
Excuse me!
She's an X-ray technician now, which I
Yeah,
think is
good for her.
amazing.
She should live her life and be happy
Right,
and not
exactly.
have to mud wrestle with Stephanie McMahon.
Right, exactly. Like your husband gave his life to this company. Like you can move on. I'm fine
Yeah,
with that.
you can move on.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the main event was Rich Swann. I'm really happy we got to see 205 Live and not see Brian Kendrick or
Me
TJ
too.
Perkins.
TJ Perkins was on Raw and had a fine match, whatever. But like, I don't need to see him every
I
time.
think like a couple times a day, I just in my head go, I'm the man with the plan. His fucking stupid song gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, I can see that. I get it. Yeah, I was glad we didn't see him. The less I see of Brian Kendrick, the more I like him. Like, I don't need to see him every week. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, scuzzy
Also,
rat man, I don't
wanna
care.
have a Neville Rich Swann story that has nothing to do with the other two.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And it was fun. Their match was fun. I was very confused as to whether or not it was for the belt. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
it was
they
really
did not make
confusing.
that clear for us in the crowd.
Yeah.
I liked the way he won.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that he like beat him up afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Neville to have that belt. He's the king. Bring him his crown.
Neville has earned a belt. Speaking
Bring
of people
him
who
his
have
crown.
earned the belt, we didn't talk about how American Alpha took the belts from the Wyatt
Yeah, we
family.
did.
We said that the Wyatts lost it.
Oh.
I'm very excited that American Alpha has the belts. I think that they have earned it.
I think that's fair.
They gel so well as a team. Jason Jordan was
People
in.
love them.
Yeah, Jason
They
Jordan
got
was
that
in-
music.
Did you know Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger used to be a tag team in NXT?
Yeah.
Ages ago. Ages
I
and
knew
ages
that
ago.
because when Jason Jordan was looking for Gable, he like talked about it
Yeah. mhm.
and was like, I've had
'Cause-
so many bitch ass partners.
Right, exactly. And I feel like they found this groove together like a year ago.
And they love
just-
each other.
They're just so good together. And like I really feel like I don't know if you guys saw this or this was during a commercial break, but their families were there last night.
Yeah, I think that was during a commercial
I
break.
agree. But the whole crowd started chanting "You deserve it" at them, and I was like,
And they were like
I
hugging
agree.
their families. It was cute.
Yeah, it was very cute. And, like they care a lot, and I like that they care a lot, and I think that it's good that they're rewarding NXT teams who come up and work well on the main roster. Like
Yeah.
you should push these people, and they give great matches, and they'll have a good rematch with the Wyatts.
And Jason Jordan has beautiful suplexes.
Yes, it's true. They both do. Those like standing suplexes that Gable did to Luke Harper. I was like, how? You're a third of his size. This is so strange. Anything else? 205 Live?
No, I don't think so.
Total nonstop deletion! It was amazing. I fucking loved it.
I love that it was the whole show.
Yes, me too.
I love that Maxwell fucking won over Rockstar Spud.
Oh
and I love
my
how
God.
he did it. I love how Senior Benjamin just fucking tased him.
Right?
And then Maxwell was like, all right.
They like tricked Rockstar Spud into choosing a no DQ match, and then we're like, it was
Fucking
great.
Maxwell in his little outfit.
Oh, he was so adorable. I just loved it. I thought it was great. I loved the way that they had like 15 people in the crowd there,
Yeah.
and they were like, "What?" Clearly, those people had some kind of wrestling. At least some of them did, because they caught somebody. I can't. It was so long ago now. I
It
don't
was
remember.
Eddie Edwards and Lashley.
Yeah, they
caught Eddie.
yeah, and like that's.
Also, Eddie
That's-
Edwards and Bobby Lashley still just fighting in the woods somewhere.
I loved that. I thought that was.
I did. I
creative.
like that it didn't end. I was like, I guess they fight in the woods until one of them's dead.
Yeah, like I like that continuation into the compound. It
This
was
week
smart.
is total, the Hardy New Year.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I hope in the backgrounds Eddie Edwards and Lashley are just
They
fighting.
just continue to fight.
I was like a little disappointed, total nonstop delusion, that there weren't like better non-TNA tag teams in there.
Yeah.
But there was like, they got the Rock and Roll Express.
That was hilarious.
And he just stuck up there, somebody give it down from here.
Yeah, I think they did a great job with that. I was really disappointed the Young Bucks weren't there.
I was really disappointed that Rosemary wasn't there either. But
Yeah.
but it made sense storyline-wise that she was, like, banned from the compound because she
Yes.
tried to steal their baby.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, that kind of made sense.
Yes, it did definitely make sense. And, like, I don't know. I think it was really shitty of Ring of Honor to have Matt Hardy on Final Battle and then not allow them to even make an appearance.
But also, who knows when Total Nonstop Deletion was filmed versus when Matt Hardy did the Ring of Honor thing.
That's true.
So just, like, not trying to give Ring of Honor a pass, but I'm just saying, like, there is a...
That's true. Their filming schedule could have worked in a way that didn't work.
I liked how good Trevor Lee was.
Yeah.
And Andrew Everett. They got, like, it was a lot of Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett. Is a lot of Decay. What's his fuck? Hornswoggle was there. I like how Rockstar Spud handled it. He was like, "Oh, you guys are just fucking wait till my partner. He's gonna come. Oh, he's gonna kill you, Decay." And then it was just fucking Hornswoggle who just turned on Rockstar Spud.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I don't know. You guys can fucking kill him. I guess."
Yes, I loved it. I thought it was great. I think that like you said, I wish that there had been bigger name other tag teams, but like it was great. I was so happy.
I like
with
that,
it.
like Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee, like basically like killed Shane Helms so that they can be like free of him and have their own thing.
I love that they threw him in the Lake of Resurrection and he came back as the Hurricane too. I thought that was perfect because I don't give a fuck about Shane Helms, but I love that. I thought that was brilliant.
It was really funny.
I love that the Lake of Resurrection has like turned into a thing too, where like if you go in there, you're coming out as somebody else.
You're coming out a weirdo.
I love it. I think that that's smart. I think it's a fun way to like keep things interesting and like anytime someone goes in the lake now, we're gonna be like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
I like that Skarsgård was like kind of alive.
Yeah. Did Vanguard 1 challenge Sienna to the belt?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And then she was like, "Excuse me," and the ref was like, "Nope, we're not gonna have this, whatever this is, this drone and a human. Like I'm drawing the line."
Yeah. This is where we draw the line. This is too weird.
It was funny. It was like a commentary on like, oh no, we can't have men and women fight.
Yeah.
But it was like it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought they did a very good job with it.
Yeah.
Great.
And Sienna handled it well. She was pretty funny.
It was the most I've ever liked Sienna, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I thought she did a great job.
It was just fun and stupid.
Yeah.
And like, just next level. And like, I love the Hardys.
Yeah, they're doing
like,
a great job.
You know, anybody who is like, oh, well, it's just unbelievable because they're like, it's not supposed to be believable. It's supposed to be stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Also,
we're supposed to laugh when he like gives kids green beans and like, it's supposed to be dumb, and I love that it's dumb.
I love Itchweed. I think it's hilarious.
I don't get it.
I love that Jeff Hart, like, that weird dance that he did on the way in as Itchweed, like, it's just so radically different than the character he's playing as the obsolete mule, that it's nice to be like, oh, Jeff is still having a really good time. Like, Jeff was gonna retire because he fucked his leg up, and Matt was like, no, I'm gonna do this thing and you're gonna be a part of it. And Jeff was like, okay. And so it's nice to see this, like, him get to also participate in this, like, really outlandish character. It's just separate from the broken character. And I think that's a smart move.
I like, don't understand Itchweed at all, but, like,
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
Apparently, it was a character that was created in the old Hardy web series that they did, like, a decade ago. It was, like, a part of that. He was like introduced as like a figment in part of one of those videos that they used to do, and so it's like a callback to that, but I also don't really get it. I love that he carries a weed whacker for no reason.
Yeah, he's a freak.
I love it. I think it's great.
Itchweed.
Hardys.
Whatever.
Oh,
it's
the Hardys.
Great. And Rebby and everyone. I just love it.
I know. I love it too. It was great.
I would watch, if it was a weekly series, I would just watch it.
I know!
I would absolutely fucking watch it. Are you kidding me?
Just leave TNA and do your own fucking promotion, Broken Matt Hardy. I'm fine with that.
Fine with it.
Take all of the good wrestlers
and
with you.
I really liked watching Lashley and Eddie Edwards.
I did too.
Go for it and like break through walls and just fight in the like in the woods. Like, I don't love Eddie Edwards. I find him like insanely boring. And this was like but I love Lashley. It was like the most invested I was in this in like a long time.
What was Eddie Edwards' tag team partner's name when they were the Wolves?
Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards.
Davey Richards. So he's done.
Yeah, he fucked up his leg, and then he announced that he was going to retire.
Smart. I don't blame him in any way.
And Eddie's on this like good solo push,
Right.
and lots of people like him. And
Yeah.
I don't dislike him. I'm just like, he's very like white toast.
Yeah, I thought that they were a really good tag team together
Yeah.
because they had good white toast chemistry together. But I think that it's smart
White
that
toast
now.
chemistry.
I think now that Davey has retired, it's smart that they're like, okay, let's just totally disconnect. You're not part of that at all anymore. Now you're a singles wrestler. Now you can be the champ. Like, I think it was a smart move, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Anything else? Totalization? It was amazing watching.
It was great. Anything you want to say about Lucha Underground?
I love it. I've always loved it. So
Happy for the Mac. I'm really interested in the Lizard storyline. I loved the backstage segment with Aerostar and Phoenix and the 3 lizards. That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I am super into everything they're doing with Sami Callihan.
Yes.
When the scene he had with Dario, and then when he like got his like shitty Ouija board from the ceiling, and then like flirted with Katrina, like all in on Sami Callihan.
Yeah.
Like, I love Sami Callihan, like, top to bottom, but, like, I like his character on Lucha Underground a lot.
I totally agree. I love that they built him as being from the last house on the left. I think it's so appropriate to the character that they've built.
Funny.
Like, it's just, I love it. I think it's great.
I also, like, I'm very happy for the Mac. Like,
Yes, I agree.
I think that Puma heel turn is interesting.
Yeah, I want to see it through to the end of the season. I'm interested to see what they do with him for the rest of his time on Lucha through this season.
I also am, like, loving everything specifically that PJ Black is doing.
I love Worldwide Underground. I think they're great.
They're great.
In our last episode, we talked about how wonderful their backstage segment was when Taya was filming their documentary.
They played to the camera.
That straight turn and, like, totally robotic. I loved it. The fake guitar, it was so good.
Taya said something that they couldn't do, and then PJ just goes, but why?
Yeah. They all have such good chemistry together.
I love Famous B's music.
I love
Any
Brenda.
music that's Brenda.
Brenda cracks me up. I love that Brenda is, like, very specifically only a valet and is excellent at it. She's so good. Like, I never need to see her in the ring, and if I do, I'm sure I'll be happy with it, but if I don't, I'll also be totally fine with it. I think that they're doing a very good job of making her, like, this... She's just a great valet. She fits very well with Famous B. She's hilarious. Like, her look is really funny. I love that she's so exaggerated, too. Like, I just love her. I think it's fantastic. Lucha's the best!
Yeah, everything, I don't know, wrestling's great.
Wrestling's great. Yeah.
Okay, before we go, what was your favorite match of the year?
That's hard.
In televised wrestling.
Oh, in televised wrestling?
In something that our listeners could have seen.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair, too.
You can have more than one.
Okay. My 2 favorite matches. You can see this if you get the iPay-per-view. The finale to the Jim Lynam Memorial Tour at tournament at AAW, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Chris Hero, was incredible. It's one of the best matches I've ever seen them have. I fucking loved that. I was there for it, and it was an incredible experience. And if you haven't seen it, I would recommend looking it out. And you can find it, because I know they put their iPay-per-views out. Televised wrestling, I think Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke at the
That was
TakeOver.
great.
I think that may have been my favorite match of the year. Because I know there's a bunch of other great stuff, but that's what I think of. That's literally the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
It was such a good debut for Nakamura. It made Sami look so strong. Like, they just had such a good match that, like, it was amazing. It was a 5-star match. And it's immediately what I think of every time someone asks me what my favorite match of the year was.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, people may balk at this. I think about Hell in a Cell. I think about the women's match.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't perfect, but, like, it meant a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they really did a lot. I think they took each other to places that neither of them have been as wrestlers anymore. I was just really happy to watch it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really, really liked that. Obviously, the WrestleMania match was great. I really liked the Asuka Emma match a lot. I really liked that match. But I agree about this Shinsuke Sammy match. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's lots of good stuff. I mean, Austin Aries debut.
Yeah.
And Austin Aries versus Shinsuke.
Yep. Bobby Roode's debut. He's been excellent. Like, literally everything he's done.
There's been some really good stuff this year. This year has been like a garbage fire in many ways, but like there's been some really good stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like of all the years that I really needed a lot of great wrestling, 2016 really came through.
Yeah.
Like you said, it has been a garbage fire year in many ways.
Fire year, Puck.
But wrestling has been great, and like that's what I need. I need wrestling to be really good right now, and it's coming through in lots of ways and in lots of different places.
I'm having a weird glitch with my mail, and I know we have a question, and we answered it 3 weeks ago, but my mail is glitching because everything that I own that's like technological at all is just like slowly imploding. But we did get a new review that we read, but I'm gonna read again because it was on the last episode. It says, one of my favorite wrestling podcasts, Not Your Demographic, by Scotty Trust. Not Your Demographic is a fantastic wrestling podcast hosted by 2 women who have great intelligent views. Intelligent views.
Feeling views.
Intelligent views. The first time I read this at the other podcast, it was like perfect. I'm also not wearing my glasses. Why do I always insist on reading these without my glasses on?
I don't know.
Doing it again. Not editing it out. You get the pleasure of hearing it twice.
Yeah.
One of my favorite wrestling podcasts by Scotty Tress. 3rd grade. Just kidding. Not Your Demographic is a fantastic wrestling podcast hosted by 2 women who have great intelligent views on feminism in both wrestling and in the real world. The show has a very laid-back attitude that makes it accessible to casual wrestling fans as well as hardcore fans. There aren't enough feminist voices in wrestling fandom, so it's awesome to see podcasts like this getting some of those voices heard. P.S. Again, I'm very sorry for making Erin think she was being served. I would not wish that upon anyone.
That's right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's the one that, like, saw you at Shakara.
I had a very pleasant experience meeting you. I'm sorry that you feel sorry that I, like, again, I don't know why I would ever think I was being served, because I have nothing that anyone could sue me for, but
you're a weirdo.
It was lovely to meet you. And thank you for such a nice review also.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the end. This is our last episode of 2017.
Yeah, it is. Tell us what you're looking forward to. Send us some emails at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
Oh.
Hey!
Great. You can find us on the internet at notyourdemographic.tumblr.com.
You can find Stella on Twitter at Stella_cheeks.
You can find Erin on Twitter at EarnGenC.
Yeah.
You can find us on CageSideSeats.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find us on iTunes, where you should rate, review, and subscribe. Please review, please review, please review.
Yes.
Also, next week we're going to have a special guest on, if that happens.
Yeah, we can get all of our technology together.
Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing 90% of the time, but I'm so cute that it doesn't matter.
Truth. That's true. If you're going to be at the AAW show on Friday, I will also be there. Come say hello, buy me beer, whatever.
Because I will be stripping at stage 773.
Is true.
So if you want to pay money and come see that.
You can also do that.
I'm doing my most ridiculous number.
What number are you doing?
Well, I'll just spoil. I'm doing Ren and Stimpy.
Ah, yes. If you're not going to AAW, you should go to the Plan 9 show.
We are doing our Ren and Stimpy duet.
It's very weird.
Super weird.
I love it. I think it's great.
I mean, if it wasn't weird and it was a Ren and Stimpy duet, like, that would be
would be weird. Yeah.
That would be not fun weird.
Yeah, it would just be weird. This is fun weird.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
All right.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Oh, enjoy this unedited podcast. I hope you enjoyed it because I did not edit it.
Yay!
YOLO. Demis.
Yeah.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
YOLO.
Yo, everybody get up! Everybody get up! Everybody needs to understand that I'm more than simply a hype man for this rap group. Just like Geico is more than just a company that can save you money. Geico also has fast and friendly claim service, so they can help you when you need it most. And while I do love being a hype man, I also love reading for children's audiobooks. Like Little Bo Peep, she lost the sheep, and she don't know where to find them. Yo!
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
You know what's great? Going to a game. You know what's not great? Parking at a game. With Uber, you can turn event parking into a non-event. Just install the Uber app. into your destination, confirm your location, and within minutes, a car will pick you up. I know, right? With upfront fares, you can know the price before you go. And you pay with the Uber app so you can save your cash for the souvenir shop. So make tonight a fun night. Install the Uber app now and take your first ride today. Uber, the better way to get there.